Joining us right now is the former CEO of Frontier Communications, also the chair of DocuSign, Maggie Wilderotter. And Maggie, this is an unusual situation. You've got a bunch of big tech CEOs who are in the room, and from all accounts, when asked if they think there needs to be regulation on something, they all raise their hand. That's pretty different than what we normally hear from technology companies that are not at all interested in Washington getting involved in regulating. I guess that speaks to the seriousness of what's happening here. What's your take?
Well, I think it's commendable that, people in industry can say, I can partner with government to do the right thing. And, AI is a new and evolving technology, and it has capabilities that a lot of us don't fully understand yet, and especially the public that gets to use it. So I think having dialogue with government so they're more educated on what it can do and also what the risks might be is very healthy, and I would encourage more of that, because we're going to continue to learn more about how AI can be a force for good or possibly a force for bad.
You think something actually gets done on this front, though? Because when it comes to Washington and trying to get some sort of a consensus, trying to figure out who would even be the regulator of choice on these issues, you can look at every other issue from Bitcoin to privacy to data concerns to even sexual trafficking. You can't get Congress to kind of get their act together on some of the very most basic things. Why should we think it will happen here?
I don't think that AI is a Republican or Democrat or Libertarian.
I don't think sexual trafficking is either.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, too. But I do think that at least starting that dialogue and the education associated with that is important. I do think that the consumer and businesses that utilize this technology will also ask the people that are providing it to give assurances whether it's safe and secure to use. So I do think that there's checks and balances that are not just government. I think it's big companies that use it. I think it's small and medium-sized companies, and I think it's consumers.
I guess part of the bigger problem is this isn't just a race between U.S. companies. This is an international battle. China seems to be pushing the boundaries with a lot of things, and that has to be something we're keeping our eye on, too.
Yeah, and I think that is an area where government will play a more important role, is when it's cross borders and not necessarily just in the United States. And I also think that we have to look at it from how AI continues to develop and the use cases associated with what it can do or
Does anyone know? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. It seems like there was a quantum leap in, I don't know, with ChatGPT, whatever it was, because we had the guy who sold Waze to Google. It was 10 years ago. He said, that was my AI company from 10 years. And you think about it, Waze really is kind of an AI company. What changed?
It totally is.
What changed in the last, when was it? Was it a year yet? It's not even a year yet, is it?
No, not even.
So now 5 years, so it's moving so quickly now. What will it be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years? And what are the downside? I mean, we really do need to think about the upside and downside.
Yeah, and again, I think it's going to be an evolution, not just revolution at one point in time, because ChatGPT democratized AI and made it available for everybody to use. And there was kind of a wow factor associated with using a technology that people had not used before to do things that people typically would do on their own.
So who knows?